Hello everyone, so the time as I record this is 10 minutes to 2 in the morning on Thursday the 11th of June 2026. I don't know why these chickens are clocking so late in the night, probably because of the natural, or really the artificial light that is beaming here at this rooftop. Anyways, I'm back here. I think it's been like 2 months since I've been here. The last time I went here was because an ex of mine broke up with me, and it is very devastating to me. It was very devastating to me that happened. But this time I'm going to talk about something else that has happened to me that is probably just as devastating, but I know that I will get through it. So, for context, I have not told anyone about this besides a few of my friends. So, what happened was back in like just yesterday at around 11 o'clock, something around those lines, a professor of mine has informed me that the final grade that I got was a flat 5. If you live in the United States, it's probably a good thing, but I live in the Philippines, and a flat 5 means that you have failed that subject, and it means that you have to re-enroll that subject into the next school year. What's worse is that this subject that I just failed is a major subject, meaning that this subject that I failed only applies to the students who took this specific course. This subject is called English Semantics, and only those that took the English Language Studies course and those students are the only ones allowed to take the English Semantics course on the second semester of the academic year. Meaning that since I have failed it now, I have to wait another 6 months before I retake that course, and I don't even know if I can retake that course since there are limits. There are only 40 students. 40 students are only allocated to the major subjects, and since we have failed, and since I have failed, and some other of my classmates have failed, the amount of students that have to take that course in the second semester of the academic year increases from 40 to 41 to maybe even 42 or 43. And those extra students have to, have to be filtered out. Not everyone can take that course, can take that subject as soon as it is available or applicable, because again, there are limits to how many students each subject can cater or can allocate. So what I'm worried now is that by the time the next second semester comes up in maybe January of 2027, I cannot apply to that particular subject because 40 students are already in, and the professor has also stated, like maybe off the cuff, that he doesn't really think, he's not certain, he is not confident that the dean of our college, the College of Arts and Social Sciences in our broader university, Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology, will actually accept that higher allocation of 41, 42, 43. And that's the bit that I'm worried about. I'm not worried that I failed. I'm kind of not surprised about it. I really don't want to tell my family about it because they will, give me terrible consequences, like take my phone, take my gadgets, take everything away. So I'll just hide it from them because things will be bad if I reveal it to them. I cannot be vulnerable in front of my parents or even to any of my family members, even to even to my extended family. So that's why I'm telling this to you guys, because I don't really know who else I can tell this to. It's unfortunate. I'm not surprised. I'm not that devastated, but I'm sad. I am sad about what I have done. Yes, this was something that I had imposed upon myself. I failed this particular subject. No one made me fail this subject. Not even my professor made me fail this subject. But I'm still quite sad about it because then I will then have to, like, just, how you say, I will have to retake this subject and take it again and fall behind my peers on this particular subject, which I don't really think is great. On one hand, I fall behind my other classmates who have managed to pass or who have managed to not fail. But on the other hand, I already know what I should expect, and I can learn from my mistakes and take those mistakes as lessons to apply, and then apply those lessons to my next subjects and the next time I encounter this subject again, hopefully in January of 2027. I know I am more at home being all on my own than when I am around my family members. Because I'll be completely honest, I am well, not really me, but my parents specifically are not exactly fond of me failing like this. There's this pressure imposed upon me that I cannot screw up, I cannot fail, I cannot make mistakes, I cannot be human. And making those mistakes, not being a person who just always succeeds, that's what makes us unique, that's what makes us human. But I can't do that in front of them because they will then impose these harsh consequences. Like, okay, yes, it's very American of me to complain that my gadgets will be taken away as a result of me failing, but these gadgets are not merely things that, these are not just things that entertain me. These are also things that inform me, that make me engage with the outside world, and these are things that I can use to my advantage. Like this video. I am filming this video not just for me, but for you. But for you as well, because I am being vulnerable in front of you. I am more vulnerable to the internet than I am to my parents, which is saying quite a lot, if not everything. I don't trust my parents, but I do trust those who watch this video. Any stranger that encounters this video who has succeeded or who is also struggling with a say crisis of their own, like maybe they also failed a particular subject of their own and they are very worried that they cannot take that again within the next year or so, or maybe they're in a financial crisis where they no longer had any money because someone misspent it or just did not spend that money properly, and they are now going to go hungry over the next week. And if you are watching this video and if you're also struggling on your own, no matter how small or big it is, please do know that it's okay to fail. It really is. It really is alright to fail. I have failed a lot of times myself. I have had so many girlfriends. I have had so many mistakes in school, back in senior high school especially, where I was just slacking a lot. I also have a lot of problems with my family, especially when it comes to politics. You could consider that as failing as a son, as a child of my parents. But you can consider these failures as an opportunity. You know, like these failures that you've had are not something that you should look down upon, but you should look at these failures as a lesson, as a moral, and as a testament that this is not the end of the world. This might be the end of your relationship between your family and yourself, but it's okay to fail. It absolutely is. It's all right to not succeed sometimes, because we're humans. We're not supposed to succeed all the time. If we do succeed all the time, we're not humans anymore. We're basically robots doing the same thing over and over again, and by succeeding all the time, you just increase the expectations more and more and more. And then by the time that you actually fail, suddenly it just hits you. So it is okay to fail. It is alright to be human. It's okay to be human. Alright, I think that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be turning 19 tomorrow, so do watch out for that. I'll be releasing a very long video about that, so stay tuned. Right? Thank you so much for watching, and please stay safe out there. Okay? Goodbye.